Seems like we have gone live, maybe, but I'm not sure. Yeah. There we go. So, hi everyone who is already watching. Not that many of you, but we're gonna get more people, I'm pretty sure, because now we have a couple people watching on Facebook and Instagram, right? Hey guys, and if you're watching this on Instagram or on Facebook, just follow the links in the description somewhere, and they're gonna redirect you to the YouTube stream, because this thing actually is happening on YouTube, and this webinar is gonna be about ways you can create parallax effects with the help of Elementor page builder. So we're going to have a look at 3 different tools that you might use to create parallax effects with Elementor. So tune in and check out this webinar on YouTube right now. And that's it, right? And also, I wanted to mention that, first thing, I'm sorry. If you're watching this and if you can hear me and if you can see me, please type something in the live chat. I mean, plus or whatever, something that so I know that the connection is good, you can hear me well, you can see me, and you can see the screen, which is probably the most important thing in this webinar, right? So I'm waiting for your comments in the live chat, so just let me know that you can hear me and you can see me. All right, and while we're still waiting and I'm waiting for your comments, I could say that this webinar is the first webinar in the series that we're going to be doing. We're planning to do it weekly, so every week we're going to have a new webinar on a new topic, and most likely it's going to be Elementor and your requests. So if you want to see a tutorial on a specific topic, just leave your request somewhere in our social channels or right here on YouTube somewhere in the comments, and we're going to pick it up and we're going to do a tutorial on it in a live stream next week or the week after the next week, wherever. So I think we're done with the introduction, right, you guys? Are we done? Just so you know, I have a group of people standing right there and filming the stream for Facebook and Instagram, and it's kind of weird. So, all right. Now, let me now proceed to the screen. So now I'm going to be talking to you guys watching on YouTube. So, hello again. And now I want you to pay attention to the screen, and this example is one of the parallax effects that we're going to be creating in today's stream. Alright, so this one is the parallax that is triggered by the mouse movement, by the movement of your cursor. So as you're moving your cursor, you trigger the movement of the objects here in this section. So you probably know what parallax effect is, and this is the movement of elements at a different speed. And I have picked a couple of examples here. So, and I'm going to show you what examples or what parallax effects you're going to be able to create with the help of the tools that I'm going to introduce to you today. If you have read the description, it's actually going to be the parallax effect that you create with the parallax scroll effect. So as you scroll down the page, you're going to see this effect, and this is going to be created with Elementor free. The second type of parallax is going to be this one, and it's not any sort of paid Google promotion or something like that. It's just a cool website that I have picked for this presentation, and you can see that as you move your mouse, you see different elements moving at a different speed, which is pretty cool, and it is used like on lots and lots of really good looking and well designed websites. So as you can see here, this is the kind of effect that we're going to be creating too, and this effect we're going to create with the help of JetElements plugin. And let's move to the next one. And for the tabs, I'm using the Tab Suspender Google Chrome extension. So if you need to save some memory, just use this one because it's gonna load faster if you're using Google Chrome. So the next effect is this one. This is sort of a horizontal scroll of the background in here. So you see that as I scroll down, it scrolls it scrolls down like a regular page, but the background of this section, it moves to the right as I scroll down the page, which is a really cool effect, and this kind of effect is possible to create with the help of Elementor Pro. So this is the third tool that we're going to use in today's video. So the first one is Elementor Free, and this effect is possible to create absolutely for free. So the first effect, and the second effect with JetElements, and the third effect, this one, sort of looking like this, not this exact website because it's just a website I have picked online, just a random website. And the third tool is Elementor Pro. So I hope you guys get what I'm talking about. And the next example, so this is just another nice example that I have picked online. As you can see here, the elements are moving at a different speed as I scroll down, and we have a nice layout over here, and the text elements are moving at a different speed comparing to the image element. So if we're viewing this website while waiting for some more people to come and watch this stream, and we're gonna wait for a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna proceed to the actual tutorial where I'm gonna be showing you ways to create a parallax effect with these three different tools. And there we go. This one is loading quite slowly. Probably the website is pretty heavy. Okay, so there we go. And this effect is, oh gosh. Okay, let's forget it. All right. So first off, let's jump to the first of the parallax effects that we're going to be creating in this webinar, because this webinar is actually a tutorial, not the parallax effects presentation. So I hope we have enough people right now to tune in and watch as we create this parallax effect with Elementor Free. So this effect that we're going to be creating right now is possible to create with the free version of Elementor. No third-party plugins, no pro subscription, anything like that. No other tools other than the free version of Elementor. So let's give it a second to load. So there we are. Now let's give it a couple more seconds, because yeah, I have picked 3 my websites on my local machine to test these free tools. So the first one is with only Elementor Free, and this is the parallax effect in action. Let me just close this panel over there. So this is the section, and as I scroll down the page, you see that this background here is parallax background, and this text over here is not moving as well, and this is the text element. This is not the part of the image, this is the actual text element. And then we scroll down again. So this is a sort of a fixed background parallax effect, so parallax scroll effect. And this can be achieved if you just make your background the image. That is your background if you make it just sticky, right? And on the same website, I've done the same thing over there. And if you let it load, we're now going to see how it looks. Okay, normally Elementor is a pretty fast page builder, but because we're streaming right now, this might take a little longer for it to load. But it doesn't matter that it loads slowly. It doesn't matter that parallax effects are making your pages load slower than without parallax effects. Actually, this first one that we're going to be creating right now is pretty lightweight, because you're not using any third-party plugins. You're not adding any other elements. You're just changing the type of the scroll of your background. Right? So this is the second effect. Not the images, just this header part, this top part. So as you see here, I'm just scrolling down. All right. So now let's actually proceed to the tutorial. So let me start with this one. I have actually created a section, And then I was making it look like a parallax thing. So now let's delete it and start creating it from scratch so you guys understand what you should do to achieve the same effect. So now let's create a new section. Right, so there it goes. And in the height, you could pick any height you need, but I then chose fit to screen. So it takes up all the height of my viewport. Then we go to style. In the background type, we choose image. Here you just select the image that suits your needs, that's going to look the best in this particular section. So as you see here, now it is the background of our section, and I scroll down, nothing happens. Then in the size, we're going to set cover, and in the attachment, now I got this. In the attachment, it's gonna be fixed. So, and you see here that this effect is gonna only work on desktop, because the fixed type of attachment is gonna only work on desktop devices. It means that on mobile devices and on tablet devices, you're not gonna be able to achieve the same effect. So there we go, you're pretty much set. So, looks pretty nice already. So this type just means that this image stays put. It's like its position is fixed right there, and the sections above and underneath it are just like kind of covering it. So now the next type. Oh yeah, actually I wanted to show you that trick with the text. So now we could. What I want to do is I want this text element, and I want to grab it, and I want to drag it over here. And let's leave whatever text it gives us, and I want to change the size. Let's make it a little bigger. So now as you scroll, it scrolls with the rest of the page. But if we do a little thing, if we go to advanced of this particular widget, of this particular element, and we go to custom positioning, which is the new feature that Elementor team has introduced in, I believe, 2.5 update. And we go to position, and we set it to fixed. And it claims that it's not really responsive design friendly, but it's gonna work okay on desktop by default. And what you're gonna do is just adjust the values of the offset, which is the horizontal position and vertical position. You're just gonna adjust these values for mobile and tablet devices, and then it's gonna work fine as well. So just set it to fixed, adjust the position using these sliders or just dragging it around, and there we go. Now the text object is now right there, and it stays at the same place as the rest of the page is being scrolled by the user. But you notice that it actually gets on top of this section over here, and it's pretty easy to fix. All you need to do is to make sure that the sections, all the other sections of your page, if you click on the section and you go to advanced, you have to make sure that the Z index is higher than the Z index of this text element, or you're gonna see something like that, which is not really good looking. So you're just gonna go around and change the Z index. Z index is just, if you imagine the sections of your website being layers, it simply means that the higher you set the Z index, the higher this particular section is gonna be in the hierarchy of your layers. Right, so I hope it's clear, and this is how you're gonna achieve this same effect. So, and it's picking out a little bit over there. So, just do the same thing. Just go around. You see that as I go to advanced and I change the Z index of this section, this text disappears because now this section is on top that layer that is this text. So now it hides underneath that section. So this is the simplest and probably the most lightweight parallax effect that you can create with the help of Elementor Page Builder, and it is absolutely free. And just get the free version of Elementor and, you know, try and create something like this yourself, because it's absolutely free. You don't need any third-party plugins, you don't need any, I don't know, any other tools, no paid subscription. This is all with the free version. Right, and next one. Next effect is the one that we can create with the help of JetElements plugin. If you have been using Elementor Page Builder for quite a while, and for many websites with pretty complex functionality, you might have been looking into some other plugins, and probably JetElements might have caught your attention because this is considered to be the most popular and the most best-selling plugin for Elementor. This is from what I've heard. And one of the features of this plugin is the parallax functionality. There it is. This is the type of a parallax background that you are able to create with the help of JetElements plugin. In JetElements there are tons of other widgets, like around 50 widgets for different types of content, and if you're interested, you might look into it. But we're only going to be focusing on parallax functionality specifically in this tutorial, and we're going to try and create a similar effect like this. As you see, the elements here are moving at different speed, and we're going to see how you can add all of these elements on your page and make them move like that. And there is also the way to make different layers. You're also adding items and layers here to make different layers move at different speed. And we're going to have a look at all of that in a second. Alright. I'll just wait for it to load. And also, now I think that I want to send you the link to the chat so you can check out the JetElements plugin yourself. So let's just try and do that. Alright, so what this is the add-on for Elementor you can get on TemplateMonster.com. If you want to learn more and view the demo, if you want to see the examples of the widgets that it gives you, you just click somewhere here on the live demo, and it's gonna redirect you to the landing page of this plugin, and you're gonna see what else it can do. And it seems like our editor, our Elementor editor with our parallax effect is downloading here. Yes, and this is how it looks in the Elementor editor. Like that, also pretty fast. So we're now streaming and it's moving like perfectly. So it means that this parallax effect is also pretty fast. So now let's delete this entire section right now and start creating the elements from scratch. Creating a new section. Oh, by the way, this thing that you see here is called Magic Button, and this is a library of pre-made pages and pre-made sections, and you can get this same thing, this same functionality if you get Monster 2. Monster 2 is our WordPress theme that TemplateMonster has created. If you want to learn more, I'm gonna send you the link to the chat later. So now fit to the screen height of this section. Now let's close it, and you have the Jet Parallax tab over here, and it's gonna allow you to add layers to your parallax background. Alright, so now go to the styles, and what I want to do is to add the background image first and then start adding the layers. So this is gonna be our background, so it could be any background image. If you don't want it to move, in this particular case you simply set it as a background over here in the style tab, like a normal background like you normally do to all the other sections that you create. Then the Jet Parallax is a little bit slow because of the stream, I guess. So now here, alright, it's really kind of slow. Let's just give it a second to think and load our background image. let's just set the sizes first. Cover, then attachment is okay, position is okay, center. All right, now the background is here, so we're going to Jet Parallax, and here we can start adding layers to your animated parallax background. Now the first element that we're going to add is this lady. Insert it over here, and you see that as you scroll, because it is set to scroll, this object is now moving as we scroll down the page. Alright, this type of parallax is called scroll, and it's going to mean that this element is going to be scrolling at a different speed, and it's going to move in your viewport differently than all the other elements of your page that you are currently scrolling. Then scroll and zoom. Oh gosh. So yeah, this is what scroll and zoom is called, and it's gonna zoom in to the element as you scroll down. Might be interesting with a little bit different objects, I guess, but in this particular case we're gonna look at the mouse move effect. So as you see, I now move the cursor and this object moves, it kind of reacts to the movement of my cursor. Right now, a background position, you see here in percent according to the viewport. So 50-50 is gonna mean that's gonna be in the center, like perfectly in the center. Then the background size, you also set it accordingly to your needs, and the animation property, transform 3D is a pretty interesting one. Now just increase the speed so you can see the result a little better. So it's kind of not really distorting, but yeah, it's sort of distorting the image here, so it looks like it's moving in some of the corners of this element are closer to the viewer than some other ones. Kind of complicated to explain, so I hope you can see what it is doing to the image. It's kind of distorting it in the perspective. I found the right word, in the perspective. All right. Okay. So this is what you could do to your images, and let's just switch back to transform because it's kind of nicer. Alright, and here you can adjust the speed, and the speed means that the higher you crank it, like it's crank it up to like 100, it's gonna be like crazy, and it's gonna react, it's gonna be really sensitive, and it's gonna react to all of your movements, and you don't really want that often because it doesn't look too crazy and it doesn't distract the viewer. And here you can, as you can see, like switch on or off on specific devices. Now let's keep on adding items. Now this one, I want it to be, yeah, okay. You see the Z index, the same thing that we were talking about in the first example, right? So the Z index is what you have to adjust to set the position of your layers in the hierarchy. So which layer is on top, which layer is underneath, everything like that. But by default, you're setting layers in here, and the layer which is on top in the items list over here is going to be on top all of the other layers down the list. So I hope this is clear. And now let's set to mouse move as well. Now they're moving at pretty much the same speed because the parallax speed is set to pretty much the same, the same value. So right here, let's move it a little bit down, make it a little slower, so we can see the difference in the speed of the movement. Alright. If you guys have any questions, or you want to see some more of the functionality of the plugin, or you can see, you can't see it really clearly or something like that, or there's some problem with the internet connection or with the stream, just type it in the live chat so we can adjust it on the go. So if you have any questions about the functionality, about the plugin that we're using, just let me know in the live chat. I'm checking it all the time. So if there are any questions, just let me know. Alright, next thing, what we're gonna do. So this is mouse move. It is working pretty nicely. and the background size is okay. Now some other elements, I actually want to add a little more of smaller elements like this. And here you see that we have added this tiny element, but we don't really see it. Why? Because it's actually there. It's underneath these two objects. And what we can do here, not to move it in, we could actually move it like up this items list, but we could actually crank the Z index up like to 3 or something, and it's gonna pop up right there. And let's now change the position here, and let's say 60, and crank the parallax speed up. And nothing is happening because mouse move right there. So it's working pretty nicely. Then let's add one more object and we're gonna be done with it. Just want you to see how you could add multiple elements, because you see you can go on and you can add many different layers, many different images here, and set different effects for them. Let's say mouse move again, and where is it? The Z index now. Like let's set it to 4, and now we can see it. There it goes. Then 20 here, and probably, I don't know, 70. Now let's do 20 also. Alright, and to 990. Alright, so something like that. What I could do is to set different parallax types to different elements, like if you set scroll to these two elements, like that. So now as you scroll down, you see that these two elements are moving. They do not react to the movement of your cursor, but they do react to the scrolling of the page. So this was the type of effect that you can create with JetElements plugin, and I have just sent the link to this plugin in the description, not the description, but to the live chat, And if you're interested in JetElements plugin, and if you want to get it, there is a way to get this plugin, many other plugins, and a ton of WordPress themes almost for free. And this way is one subscription by TemplateMonster, and we're gonna go through it really quickly, like just show you the homepage. So this is where you can get this plugin, and this subscription offers you almost 10,000 of products, including WordPress themes, including WordPress plugins. If you're working with WordPress, there are also stock photos, there are also graphics. Oh, this is the live demo. All right, this is the live demo, and here you can click download. Let's click that, and you see that now TemplateMonster, one by TemplateMonster website is now generating the link, and we can click here and you can download it right away. So if we click it over there, so there we go. This is how we can download JetElements plugin in one click using one subscription by TemplateMonster. All right, now we're back here, and we have seen the demo of JetElements plugin and the Parallax functionality in particular. But if you're not really interested in all the functionality that JetElements offers, which would be surprising because it's a pretty functional plugin and it offers you a lot of things, there's also JetParallax, which you can also get on TemplateMonster.com, and it only offers the Parallax functionality and nothing else. So we could do the same that we have seen in this demo, and without any other functionality that you have in JetElements, only Parallax, plugin called JetParallax. Also, just look it up, Google it, and you're gonna find it. Alright, and now the last demo for today, the third type of parallax that you can create. The third type is gonna be possible with the help of Elementor Pro. Since you know Elementor Pro have just, the guys at Elementor team, they have just introduced the motion effects, which is a pretty neat functionality, and I really want to do some tutorials on how to work with it and how to achieve some amazing animations, some really complex looking things just with Elementor and this motion effects functionality, which is going to look super cool. And really, if you're interested in some specific kind of animation for your website which you want to do with Elementor Pro but just don't know how, let me know. Let us know in the live chat. Let us know in our social media channels for TemplateMonster, just, you know, the Facebook page, Twitter, wherever, and we're gonna find a way to make it possible to make more Elementor Pro and Elementor motion effects tutorials possible. And yeah, we're gonna have some more webinars coming the next weeks, so just let us know what topics we could pick for the next tutorials. Alright, so here I have, on this page I have used quite a bunch of different effects, like really a lot of them. We're not gonna focus on them all right now, we're only gonna focus on the background parallax effect, because you know, with Elementor Pro you could really do a lot and it's gonna take a lot of time, and I don't really want this stream, this webinar to take that long, take that much of your time. But if you let me know what types of parallax, what types of motion effects you'd like to see in other tutorials in the next streams, so we could focus on only one thing at a time. Alright, so scrolling down. Okay, so this has been a little bit slow right now because of this stream, but normally Elementor Pro is a super fast thing. It's, you know, it's not slowing down your website. Pages load super fast, so all the little lags that you see right now are mostly, like, mainly because of this stream, because we're now online, because we're now streaming on YouTube, so excuse me for that. And you see here that I have applied some motion effects to these plates, and as we scroll down they're rotating and it's looking super cool, but it's pretty easy to do. Like, I think you could figure it out yourself, so we're not going to focus on that too much. Another interesting thing that I wanted to show you is this horizontal parallax. Like, you see that this background image, this is actually not the image, this is the background of the section, and you see that it's moving to the left as we are scrolling down. So this is the sort of the parallax that was showing in the beginning of the webinar, in the beginning of the stream, this cool example that I have found online. And this looks like pretty much the same, and you could do it with any type of background image. So we're gonna look at this type of parallax right now, and you see it also reacts to the cursor movements. So the background image reacts to cursor movements, and this is crazy. This is super cool. I really like this effect. So yeah, in this video we have focused mostly on the parallax backgrounds, so mostly the backgrounds. So if you're interested in more parallax types for us to look into in the upcoming tutorials, just let us know, because I'm also really interested to try and create some other parallax effects, like with text, with images. You know, this is all super interesting, especially with the latest update by Elementor, my Elementor team. And yeah, reminding you that this third example that I'm showing you right now, it keeps loading a little slowly because of the stream. It's all good. I hope you guys have patience. You have enough patience to wait for the Elementor to load. So yeah, this is what we're going to be doing right now. This particular type of parallax, this is possible with Elementor Pro only. So if you don't find these effects in your free version of Elementor, this is normal, this is how it is supposed to be, this is how it is meant to be, because these features are for Elementor Pro subscribers only. Alright, so you see here that I have applied some blur effect to this element, and let me just quickly go over through this page and show you what I've done. Motion effects, scrolling effects. So when it's off, nothing is happening. This element simply sits in there and nothing is happening. Now the vertical scroll, it means that it's gonna move at a different speed comparing to other elements on the page. This is pretty obvious. Then blur, you also open it and you set the level for your blur, for the amount of blur that you want to set to this particular object, and then this one was pretty fun because you see it also reacts to the movement of my cursor. Let's click on it, go to advanced, motion effects, and the scrolling effect and rotate. So let's switch it. Switch it off, and now it only reacts to my cursor, and if we switch it off, also nothing happens, and it simply sits there as a normal image, regular, boring. And so, mouse effects, you see the 3D tilt. It's similar to the effect that we have seen in the JetElements when we added that girl and we tried to move the cursor and also distorted it in the perspective a little bit. It does pretty much the same with this particular plate, and if we increase the value over here, you see that what it's doing is just distorting it like that, and this is the illusion of the 3D movement over here. Alright, so this is how it is done, and if we now click rotate, here we can see the settings for the direction of the rotation, the speed, and the viewport here. Here you're gonna be able to choose at which point the animation is gonna stop. So the way you're gonna be scrolling it, and at which point in your viewport this animation is gonna stop. At which point in your viewport, which point in percentage you're gonna stop seeing the animation, at which point it's gonna stop happening. So I hope it is clear, and now let's proceed to this little guy, this background here. Let's just delete it and create it from scratch. Alright, so we have a spacer here, and let's create a new section. There it goes. A new section, the height, let's just set some. Okay, this is pretty nice, like 500. Okay, we don't need anything else here. Let's go to style, then in background type choose classic, choose image. So we have a bunch of really good looking beautiful images over here, but let's find something that suits our topic, the topic of our website. Maybe this. Alright, yeah. Insert media. Okay, so it inserted it, and let's go to the size and set cover. And position center. Alright, looks nice so far. And as you see here, you have two new options over here. If you're not Elementor Pro user, you're not gonna see these two because they're exclusively for Elementor Pro, the Pro version of this amazing page builder. So let's go scrolling effect, and what you could do is vertical scroll, and this is kind of, looks ordinary. You see that it's moving. Let's just increase the speed so you can see it better. But there's also a way to make it scroll horizontally as you scroll down the page. Let's enable the horizontal scroll, and now as we scroll up, it moves to the right. As we scroll down, it moves to the left. This is a pretty nice looking animation. It's been a little slow, but not because of the Elementor Pro, because of the stream. Again, so excuse the little lags that are happening. Okay, maybe we should simply delete this section so it doesn't really distract us. Alright. So this is the horizontal scroll. And what we could also do here is to enable the motion effects and enable the mouse track, which is going to mean that as you move your mouse across this section, the background image is going to react to movement of your cursor, which is a pretty nice feature. And as you might have noticed, you could add text in there, text elements, heading elements. Let me duplicate this object. Let's just grab it and let's drag it to the top. Oop. Okay, come on. All right. There we go. And the text stays over there. And if you apply some of the motion elements to this text as well, let's actually do that. Motion elements, motion effects. Let's just do that. And it could be also the scrolling effect and the, say, vertical scroll, like 5.5. So now the background of this section is pretty lively, it is moving, and let's close this thing so we can see it better. Alright, so we can, and yeah, you better choose the images of the highest resolution possible, probably, I don't know, 6,000 pixels wide or something like that, because they look sharp, they look great on any, you know, any screen size, because yeah, it's gonna you know, scale it a little bit when you make it the background of the section and you make it animated, and you create this parallax effect with this background image. It scales it a bit and it's gonna lose in quality. It's gonna look a little bit blurry if you pick the low resolution image. Okay. And this was also done with the motion effects. Here it looks pretty simple and it's pretty simple to do, so I'm pretty sure that I don't need to show this to you, because in this video I planned to focus on background parallax effects mainly. So this is what types of parallax backgrounds you're able to create using these three tools. The first tool is Elementor free, an absolutely free version of Elementor, and you can create simple backgrounds like this one. Let me just show it to you once again. So in today's in today's little tutorial live stream, we have created this parallax effect with Elementor free. And by the way, I was using, oh, forgot to set the Z index for this section as well. And we have created these three types of parallax background. Alright, there it is. And that was using the free WordPress theme by TemplateMonster. And if you simply Google free WordPress themes TemplateMonster, you're gonna find it. You're gonna find this one. You're gonna find many others that you could use for free for your projects. Just Google it. And we have also created this effect with the help of JetElements plugin, and I have sent the link to this plugin to the live chat. So if you check it right now, you're gonna see the link to this plugin that is gonna make it possible for you to create parallax backgrounds like this with the mouse track effect, with the parallax scroll effect, and with the, how is that called? With the scroll and zoom effect. Alright? And let it load a little bit. Okay. And the third effect we have created, the third parallax background effect that we have created was the horizontal scroll of the background image of your section. And this one was possible with Elementor Pro. So three tools: free Elementor page builder, JetElements third-party add-on for Elementor that also gives you a ton of other possibilities, almost 50 unique, highly functional, fast-loading widgets for various types of contents, various types of functionality like contact forms, posts, like post grids, post carousels, portfolios, you know, a ton of other stuff. Just check this out. I'm not gonna be listing all the possibilities of this plugin. And so yeah, and also the parallax, let's just do it like that. Okay, looks nice. And the mouse move. So now I'm just finishing this effect right here. And yeah, I have sent the link to JetElements plugin in the live chat. And what else you could do is check it on One by TemplateMonster, which is a subscription service. And Oh, yeah, I forgot. Forgot. Let me just type in the address. So this is gonna be that. You just not sure. Oh, come on. Okay, just don't mind me. Yeah, we're actually gonna wrap this stream up with a little bit of information about the subscription service, and in One by TemplateMonster offers you almost 10,000 products, and we're regularly updating the collection of the products that is offered to you, and you can also get JetElements in this subscription, or you could also purchase it on TemplateMonster separately. So this was 3 effects that we have created, and I have pretty much nothing else for you today, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. I hope that you actually get something helpful for your next upcoming projects, for your personal websites, for your websites that you're doing for your clients. And I hope that you're gonna check our upcoming tutorials, and if there is some specific requests that you have for our upcoming tutorials for the next week, just let us know. We're pretty interested, we're eager to create content that you guys gonna want to watch and is gonna help you while working with your projects. So this is pretty much it for me, and thank you so much for joining in, and I see you guys next week, or maybe on some other tutorials on our YouTube channel. So if you want, go and check out TemplateMonster YouTube channel, and we have a bunch of latest tutorials for Elementor users on various types of functionality that you can find in Elementor Free, and we're also going to be doing tutorials for Elementor Pro. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna just add some more links to the live chat right now. Maybe write the link to One by TemplateMonster properly. I'll think about it. And so yeah, hold on, give me a second. Now it should work. Now it should be the link, right? Yeah. So now you can follow this link and you can read about it, One by TemplateMonster, a little bit more. So thank you so much for watching. This is pretty much it for me. Have nothing else to say. So I hope you can join in for the next webinar next week. Hope you enjoyed it, and please give us your feedback in the Facebook, in our other social media channels, wherever you find comfortable for yourself. So thank you so much for watching. See you. Bye.